All right, Brampton residents, the numbers are in for the month of May. We're a little bit late to it this time. We've had some issues on our end here, but we are not going to skip a month without getting you the fine details. Today, what I want to share with you guys is how the market is moving, what has gone on in the last 30 days, and don't forget, we have actually had a rate reduction on the variable side of things happen in the first month of June. So stay tuned throughout this video as I break down what types of properties are moving, where the prices are going, and what to expect in the Brampton real estate market over the next couple months here. My name is Mike Carpino. Thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, you are probably a returning viewer if you're coming back to watch these Brampton real estate market updates. And if you're not, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification to get updated whenever we are discussing the next market updates. If you want to discuss real estate and you're thinking of making a move, or you're just trying to figure out what is next for you in the real estate game, click the first link in the description. We can book a 30-minute consultation call and figure out how I can assist you in this real estate market. Now, it's time to get in the video. So let's look at the numbers here of what we've got for the month of May 2024 in Brampton. All right, if you've been paying attention to the real estate market, the first big announcement that we have to discuss here is the Bank of Canada did reduce their interest rates 0.25%. I've made a full video on that. You may have already watched it. If you haven't, you can watch it in the top left-hand corner here and figure out what's actually happened and what I think might happen going forward. Now, with that rate reduction comes a lot of speculation, and the speculation is that we actually might see some further rate reductions sooner rather than later. Me personally, if you talked to me 2 months ago, I wouldn't think we would have received even one rate reduction, but now we're talking about potentially 4 rate reductions happening over the course of the next 6 months. Great news if you're on a variable rate mortgage. If you own a property right now, it's going to bring up a lot of questions. Should you be thinking of selling now or waiting until that rate reduction kind of compiles to our 3rd or 4th rate reduction? You can watch that video once again up in the top corner to figure out my full opinion on that. But right now, let's take a look at what happened in May in Brampton. So over the course of the month, we had 484 sales in Brampton. I'm going to break down every category here and let you know where those sales are coming from, what those prices look like compared to last month. If we're just looking at a grand average here, this may or may not affect a lot of people, but we are at $1 million, just a couple pennies over that for your average price point across the Brampton real estate market. First category we're going to talk about today is the townhouse category. Now, we're not talking condo townhouses. We are going to talk the townhouses that are freehold properties here. So there's 197 active properties over the course of May. There were 66 sales that happened in this category, and we're going to go over the averages today. I'm going to show the median as well, but the average price was $875,000. This was down $12,000 on average from the previous month. Now, next category here is the condos. It had 163 condo listings that were active in the month of May. 29 of those sold, and we had the average price once again lower than the previous month at $532, and your previous month in April was at $547. So we've got 2 categories here and 2 trends that we are seeing. Let's see if we continue along that trend line here. Condo townhouses, 127 active, 49 were sold at an average price point of $695. And here's the trend again. We are down from the previous month average price point, which was $706. So we're down about $11,000 from that previous price point. Next category here, we're going to skip over the detached condo because there's not a lot of those. There's a couple areas like a Rosedale community in Brampton at 410 and Sandalwood, but we'll skip over that. So the detached category, 899 active listings. You had 254 sales. As of the end of May, you have 1,182 total sales that have happened in that category. You had last month an average of $1,172,000 for your average detached home. And your previous month, we've got 4 categories in a row with the same trend. $1,191,000 was the prior month's average detached price. Let's finish it off here. We're going to go to the semi-detached category and see where we're at. 195 active, 82 sold last month, and we have the finale here. 928 average price point, 942 the previous month. So we're seeing another reduction in your average price point. Condo, townhouse, freehold townhouse, detached property, every single category has seen a little bit of a step back. It's not a massive step back, but it's something that you need to understand going forward. We are getting into, at this point when this video is going live, it's going to be the middle of June, back half of June. So we're seeing the summer market begin. if we get the summer market, which is generally very slow. It's a very, very slow paced market because people have their kids home, they're finished school, they're on vacation. There's just a lot of other priorities that are going on. And selling your home is really just not one of those priorities unless you're looking to get into a new school district or into a new home prior to September. The next big hot market for us is once we get to September, October. That's when things generally start to heat up a little bit more again, when people are settled back into the work mode, kids are in school. There's a lot more thought that goes into moving in that kind of time frame. But it does sound like we might potentially get another rate reduction in July. So is that going to change what these markets do going forward? Possibly for some of these variable rate holders, but if you're a fixed rate holder, remember this doesn't apply to you at the moment. The fixed rates move on the bonds, they don't move on the Bank of Canada announcements. So one thing you always need to make sure you're understanding is a lot of these announcements are not actually affecting a lot of people. I think 30% of people right now are on a variable rate mortgage. And out of that 30%, only a small percentage of them have a adjustable rate mortgage where your payments are different depending on what the rate is. So something to keep in mind. So if you're thinking of moving in Brampton right now, what is your strategy? I think if you're looking to buy a property, you need to take a look at all these categories. Figure out where you stand. Is it a condo, townhouse, a detached property? And then we need to figure out what area it is you actually want to live in and see if there is a hole in that area that you can fill by getting into the market. So if there's a specific area in Brampton that has a lot of detached listings, you are going to have more flexibility on negotiating price. But if you want a condo in Brampton, for example, there's not a lot of inventory. And if there's a lot of buyers who want to get into a condo, you're going to have potentially to pay a little bit closer to that asking price if it is priced properly. Strategy is ultimately one of the most important things when it comes to buying a home. You should not just buy a home because you want to buy a home. You should have a strategy in place to make sure you are able to secure the proper home for a good value, because in today's real estate market, it is not a guarantee that you buy a home today and it's worth more next year or the year after or the year after or the year after. Historically, if you hold your real estate long term, you're going to be good, but it depends on how long term you're planning on making your real estate play. My name is Mike Carpino. Once again, I hope this video was able to just give you a little bit of information on what happened in the Brampton real estate market in the month of May. Before you know it, you're going to have those June statistics coming right at you. If you want a more in-depth breakdown on your specific area, book a 30-minute consultation call with me in the first link in the description box below, and I'm happy to break down your specific property and what the real estate market is doing in your area. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.